If walking is your main exercise after 60, you are doing something right, but leaving your heart without what it critically needs each day. Walking is a good foundation, but after 60, your heart needs a different challenge that comfortable walking cannot provide on its own. The difference between people who only walk and those who do what I am about to show you is measurable in heart function, energy, and years. This is not about more exercise. It is about the right exercise. Same time, but dramatically better results for your heart health after 60. In the next few minutes, I will show you what your heart needs after 60, why walking falls short, and what to add, starting this very week. I am Dr. Edward. This channel gives you honest health information that protects your heart and independence every single day after 60. Let me show you what happens in your heart when you walk, and why after 60, your heart needs something more to stay genuinely strong today. Walking is moderate intensity exercise. It elevates your heart rate to roughly 50 to 60% of maximum, a comfortable safe zone. At that intensity, your heart gets a gentle workout, blood flow improves, resting rate drops, and basic cardiovascular health is supported. But after 60, your heart faces a specific accelerating challenge that moderate walking alone is not strong enough to adequately address. That challenge is cardiac reserve, your heart's ability to dramatically increase output when you need it most, in illness or emergency. Cardiac reserve determines how well your heart handles stress, physical demands, illness, surgery, and the active life you want to keep. After 60, cardiac reserve naturally declines, and comfortable walking does not challenge your heart enough to maintain or rebuild it at all. If you only drive in first gear, your engine stays functional, but never reaches the power it is capable of when you truly need it most. Your heart works the same way pushed toward higher output regularly. It maintains the capacity that protects you when things get hard. The second gap is VO2, maximum oxygen uptake, which declines about 10% per decade and needs specific training to slow down. VO2 max is one of the strongest longevity predictors in adults, over 60 more predictive than cholesterol, blood pressure, or body weight. Improving VO2 max requires pushing your heart rate higher than comfortable walking produces consistently and with deliberate real purpose. The third gap is muscle-heart interaction. Heart health is tied to skeletal muscle strength, which walking does not meaningfully build. Strong leg and core muscles act as a second cardiovascular pump, reducing the burden on your heart with every single movement you make. When those muscles are weak, your heart works harder for every activity. Stairs, groceries, getting off the floor, everything you do daily. So what does your heart need after 60, beyond walking, to build reserve, improve VO2 max, and reduce its workload starting from today? The answer is 3 specific exercises that address each gap walking leaves, and none of them require a gym or special equipment to begin. Before I walk you through all 3, I want to ask you something important right now before we continue with what I have left to share. If this video is changing how you think about your exercise routine, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video after 60. After the 3 exercises, type 1 in the comments so I know this information reached you and made a real difference for your heart health. Exercise 1: interval walking. Just like regular walking, but with one simple addition that completely transforms its impact on your heart. Every 4 to 5 minutes of your walk, increase pace to brisk for 60 to 90 seconds. Then return to your normal, comfortable pace. That push takes your heart rate from the comfortable 60% zone to 75 to 85% of its maximum each time. This is the zone where cardiac reserve is trained, VO2 max is challenged, and real cardiovascular adaptation occurs in adults after 60. You do not need to run a brisk walk that makes speaking slightly effortful is sufficient to produce the heart benefit you genuinely need. Research shows interval walking produces greater cardiovascular fitness gains than continuous moderate walking in adults over 60 each week. Exercise 2 resistance training 3 times weekly, which directly addresses the muscle-heart interaction that walking completely misses. Chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band pulls, and step-ups build the lower body and core strength your heart needs to stay supported. 12 to 15 repetitions of 2 or 3 exercises 3 times weekly produces measurable cardiac workload improvements in 8 weeks. The key is progressive overload, slightly harder over time, because your heart and muscles adapt fast and need ongoing regular challenge. Exercise 3 breathing exercises that train respiratory muscles and improve cardiac efficiency at any level of physical effort each day. Diaphragmatic breathing, slow, deep belly breaths for 5 minutes daily improves heart rate variability, a key marker of heart health. Heart rate variability is your heart's ability to flexibly adjust its rhythm, and higher variability is tied to better longevity over time. Box breathing 4 counts in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold for 5 minutes before bed measurably improves cardiac function overnight. Interval walking, resistance training, and breathing exercises address every gap that walking alone leaves in your heart health after 60. None of these require a gym or special equipment, just 30 additional minutes added to what you already do each week to start today. Interval walking takes the same time as regular walking. You add pushes within it, changing intensity rather than duration at all today. Resistance training can be done in your living room in 15 minutes 3 times weekly. No weights needed for the first several weeks. Breathing exercises can be done in bed before sleep or upon waking. They require nothing but intention and 5 quiet minutes of your day. The combination of all 3, done consistently, produces cardiovascular improvements that walking alone simply cannot replicate after 60. Before you go, one more thing that surprises almost everyone. The most common mistake people make when they start exercising more after 60. The mistake is going too hard, too fast, jumping to vigorous exercise without the gradual progression your heart and joints both need. Your heart adapts powerfully, but gradually. The first 4 weeks of new exercise should be modest in intensity and focused on consistency. 1 push per walk in week 1, 2 in week 2, 4 in week 4, building gradually rather than overwhelming your system at the start. Your heart, at 60, 70, or 80, is still capable of remarkable adaptation, responding best to patient progressive challenge over sudden effort. The goal is not exhaustion. It is to consistently push past the comfortable zone for short periods, repeatedly, over weeks and then months. Keep walking. It is valuable, and never stop. But give your heart the additional challenge it needs and deserves each week after 60. If this video helped you understand what your heart needs to stay strong after 60, type 1 in the comments and share it right now today. Share this with someone over 60 who walks daily and believes that is enough. They deserve to know what their heart is still missing weekly. The video on screen covers another critical heart health topic after 60. That most seniors have never been told by any doctor they have seen. I will see you there, and I hope the next walk you add 1 60-second push and give your heart the signal it has been waiting for.